everybody. Oh yes, come in the room. It is me, Daisha Shakila, and by now most of you have seen the headlines that Netflix is making for their new Black Lives Matter section. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about because you've been under a rock, let me read you their statement. Netflix wrote, when we say Black Lives Matter, we also mean Black storytelling matters. With an understanding that our commitment to true systemic change, powerful word there, will take time. We're starting by highlighting powerful and complex narratives about the Black experience. So, a few people had some things to say about this. One person wrote, "Stop being a colorist." I was like, what? Okay. Then someone else wrote, "Cast dark-skinned women." And I was like, is that a thing? I guess I haven't noticed, but I've seen the Nina Simone documentary, but I guess there's not a lot of dark-skinned Black females in Netflix movies. I never paid attention to it because I'm Black, and Black is Black no matter what shade of Black it is. I feel like it's Black. Anyway, someone else wrote, okay, but instead of just curating, the relatively few managed to fight to make what? Okay, but instead of just curating, I can't even talk anymore. That's hard to read. I'm a skip. User wrote, we can help with that. We're the first only Black-owned anime studio in Japan. Our portfolio spans from JoJo's to Tokyo Ghoul, which I was like, yo, Netflix, give them a shot. I think that's amazing, and that was one of the categories that I felt like was missing from the titles that I saw. So again, then why do you guys only show the likeness of Black people? This is embarrassing. So most of the comments, were mainly about light-skinned Blacks, But anyway, let's get right into my thoughts, my opinions. Not that anyone cares, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Now, I applaud Netflix for coming out and really taking a stand. I think that's beautiful, and I hope that more streaming providers will take a stance as well. And this has always been an issue in the Black community, and that led Tyler Perry to creating his own seat at the table. And remember how they had the tag Oscar so white or something like that? Like, it's always been a thing where Black people have felt underrepresented. Did I say that? Underrepresented in movies, films, TV shows, and if we do get a role, is, hey, look at us in slavery, or hey, look how down and out we are. That's why so many people were upset about The Help trending on Netflix. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? I hope this is not just a trend for Netflix, as I feel it has been with so many other companies, brands, creators. Remember the girl that got caught? She got busted. It was an influencer that did not march in the Black Lives Matter rally, but instead she kind of inserted herself and had her camera guy take a picture. I hope that Netflix and a lot of other brands and companies are not simply just riding the Black trend, riding the Black wave, if you will. this society, this generation, this culture that we are part of now has a tendency to ride the wave. Trends are a thing. Look at TikTok. You know, a dance comes out, everybody's on it. It's kind of on trend. You play to the trends. I hope it's not that. We really need Black police murders to stop. We need more equality. I feel like with an equal playing field, Black people could advance so much further. And it's so hard, even being a Black creator, getting your voice out there. It's not easy. You really have to like pound the pavement to get half of what your white counterparts have. And you know, I hope that this really is our moment. I hope that this really will bring about change. And I'm just sorry that it took so long to get here. If you feel like that, leave me a comment of what do you feel like is different now compared to the other movements that we've had in the past. This current movement that we're in with George Floyd and him saying he can't breathe, I remember that as Eric Garner. He couldn't breathe, and we marched and we protest, and now we're here. And then you had Sandra Bland, and you know, like they tried to cover up that and police murdered her, and then now we have Breonna Taylor. It's like cycles. We've been here, we've protested, we've rioted, we've done these things before. So why does it matter now when it didn't matter then? And what changes are going to be made now that weren't made then? And I don't know how it became this huge trend. And a lot of Black creators in the professional sense, a lot of Black celebrities are completely shocking me, especially Trina. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe her, when she was the main one rapping about I'm the baddest, thug life. You know, her and Trick, they had this whole thug harmony type thing. I was completely shocked. And you know, I have no problem with Kaya dragging her now. And shout out to Kaya, because she's like the read goddess. Anyway, I remember, I'm from North Carolina, and my first time really experiencing racism, I got my real estate license, so excited. I went to Berkshire Hathaway for an interview to, you know, work with their firm, and I had the big broker in charge. I had her tell me, like in the interview, as soon as I walk in, I'm sitting down, and she looks at me and she says, how many kids do you have? And I'm like, what? Who asked that in an interview? By the time I got out of that interview, I was so hurt. I held it together, but once I got home, oh my gosh, you should have seen my face. Like those tears were streaming, because I'm like, I was shaking. Like that has never happened to me before. And when I interviewed at other firms, they were like, oh, you interviewed there? She doesn't hire brown people. And I'm like, wow, so it's a known thing that she was racist and didn't hire Black people, brown people. And yeah, everybody kind of just accepted it. So, you know, I accepted it and just kept it moving. Like, she didn't want me, her loss, you know, we keep it moving. But it was definitely an experience, and you know, that's the only real experience that I could think of where I have met with racism. So I'm happy, you know, that I haven't had a major experience. But anyway, you guys did not come here for all that. So let's get into my opinions about the categories and the options on the Netflix Black Lives Matter, if I can get it out. I was really delighted to see the different variations of movies. Now, the first one I noticed, like the first one that came up in my queue, was Pose. And I was like, cool, you know, Black people, trans people, Black and trans, way to move the movement forward. And then I saw Orange is the New Black, and I'm like, wait, why? I did not understand Orange is the New Black. There's like 4 black people in there. The lead is white and the writers are white. I'm like, what? I don't know. So then I tried to Google producers for the video, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's like 1 black producer. I did not understand why Orange is the New Black is in that category. So let me know your opinions on that in the comments below. There are only 54 titles in this category so far, but you know they are trying, so I guess it's worth it. They're trying. It's only 54, so yeah, most of them you've probably seen. But you know, Netflix said they did this because they have a lot of people who were searching for black stories or Black Lives Matter on their platform, so they made a category for it. So there it is. My faves, The Black Godfather. I feel like everybody should see that. It's I didn't even know, I don't want to give any spoilers here, but the main character in The Black Godfather, I had no idea that there was this one black man like doing all these deals, like hands in the pot, this, that. He really is a black godfather. So I was like, wow. I was very amazed to see that. Happy, delighted. And my second favorite is Black AF. That's in the category. Don't judge me here. I love a good comedy, and I felt like, I don't know, it was cool with me. Sometimes I feel like I don't need murder, I don't need police brutality. Sometimes you just want to let loose, you want to laugh, and I feel like Black AF really gave you that. Also, I noticed that there's no Issa Rae, there's no Tyler Perry, and I believe Issa Rae's movie actually was on Netflix, and the goal was like black stories. So yes, she has a white guy in her movie, but that doesn't take away from the fact that she's a black writer, black producer, black director. So I hope they get some of Issa Rae's stuff in there. I thought that including trigger warning trigger warning with Killer Mike, I feel like everybody needs to see that, and it really paid homage to like black culture, and also was like a wake up to black people as well. So you know, I really did appreciate that being a part of their category. Malcolm X, The 13th, LA 92, those are like clutch. Every black person should see those. Those are films, documentaries that will make you, you know, just be like, wow. So I feel like if you're not black and you need a better understanding, definitely check out those 3. Was 2 in here that I have not watched, but I definitely plan to watch. Who Killed Malcolm X and the Khalif Browder story. I've heard really good things about those. Besides Who Killed Malcolm X, I saw some Islamic Nation of Islam people that felt like it did not represent the nation well. You know, like Netflix had a thing against Farrakhan, and there was a Farrakhan documentary or movie that Netflix was set to like produce, but then they canceled it. So I hope with everything that's coming out, I hope they produce it. I really wanted to see what it was that he put together. And you know, with Farrakhan, he always comes with facts. I'm a Farrakhan fan, don't shoot me. Now, another thing I noticed is out of all of the Spike Lee joints, the only Spike Lee they got in there was She's Gotta Have It, and I didn't really like that. I mean, I get it, I mean, it has to be in there, but at the same time I feel like there's this sexualizing of black women. We are overly sexualized, and that movie, that series kind of plays to that. So I was like, oh Lord. there is already this belief that, you know, black women are just sex toys that like to be played with. And I was just like, yo, I kind of did not like She's All That in general. My friend, she told me to give it a chance, so I did. It's not bad, but I feel like it plays on the over-sexualization of like black women at all ages. So that was my take on it. Not a Moonlight fan, and Netflix did not get the memo that Oprah is canceled, so they put her documentary, When They See Us, the after show, if you will, When They See Us Now, like basically an update on where they are and things like that. They included that, which I also understand, but you know, we all know Oprah sold us out, so that part. Also, no Tyler Perry, Napoli Ever After, no TD Jakes, Jump in the Broom, all of those like indie creators or indie movies, like smaller creators, they really didn't make the cut, and that surprised me. But again, this is just the beginning, so maybe Netflix will add some amazing content to this, and some amazing films and stories and cartoons. Like, there were no black cartoons, and I hate to believe that, you know, they can't get a deal with the old seasons of the Proud Family, or maybe even add some Boondocks. But I heard, you know, the guy that wrote Boondocks, I heard he's like really tough. He's like serious about his craft, like, and he writes all his episodes. But that would be nice to see some black cartoons, some black anime. So Netflix, get in touch with that anime company that was on your Twitter. Go find them and get some good content popping off. Okay, and that is my opinion on Netflix Black Lives Matter category. And also, you do have to keep scrolling. So if you're watching Netflix on your TV like I am, you have to like scroll to find your categories. They do have a section when it first comes up. There's a section that says Our Moment Now or something of that sort. If you click off of that, you do not get it back. It does not show up every time you go into your Netflix, or at least it didn't for mine. Let me know if it worked for you. Now, anyway, this is my opinion on Netflix categories. They have some variety, but it's not much. With 54 titles, you could go through it like clockwork. But I'm sure they're gonna add more. They do have, I think Spike Lee was coming out with something on Friday. That's tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see, Netflix. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna get out of here. This video is long enough. If you like my content, subscribe to my channel. I'm a black creator that's always trying to grow, and thank you.